Hello everybody, today I am going to be showing you how to get into a sign-in sheet, how to download it, fill it out, print it, make it look all pretty so that when your students are filling it out and when you're submitting it to GVRA, it looks really official. So first we're going to go to our Google Drive, go into this great CTI folder right here. We're going to find number one here, CTI student sign-in group, and make sure to click on the Google Sheets file, and we are going to download it to Excel. So I'm just going to move it over here. So now we have our sign-in sheet. I'm going to open it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the time, the service code, and the date. I'm going to leave those all blank. What I'll be modeling this off of is last month's authorization for Coahulla Creek High School. So it is authorization number 9812. And the school is Coahulla Creek High School. That's all kind of big. It doesn't really fit into, which actually I'm just gonna also abbreviate this, but it's still too big to fit in these cells. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to highlight these two cells and go to merge and center, and there we go. Now it fits, and now I'm just going to align it this way so that it should all fit. Now I'm going to look at the students that were authorized. So Kensley Dills right here. I'll just do her as an example. And we need her participant ID number. Now, to find that, we must go back to the spreadsheet that came back with the student verifications. And here, I'll look for Kensley Dills. Her participant ID is right here. There we go. I like to make sure that these are in the same font. So this is Century Gothic 12. This is Arial. So I'm going to change the font. And you should only have to do this all once, usually after you've input all the students. So I'm going to highlight these and just align them in the middle and in the middle right here. So I will be right back when all of these students are input. So I just input a few of my students just to show you for the example. So I have a few rows left over here that I did not use, so I'm just going to highlight them and right click and click delete and just shift cells left, okay. And there, the table will be as big as the number of students that I have it. And so what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to save it as a PDF and then print it. So actually, if I do Command P, it's going to show me what it's going to look like. And here you see a few problems. First off, there are all these lines here, even though the lines are hidden in the actual Excel. When you're wanting to print it, they show all these lines. We don't want those. Also, it is cut off into two different pages. We also don't want that. So we're going to go to margins right here. We're going to do narrow margins, and that should solve the problem of it being on two sheets. We're not going to print it right now. We're going to cancel. And now we are going to go up here in the top to page layout. And you see this grid lines here. If I click grid lines next to view, it'll show you all the grid lines that you'll see here. You're going to keep that unselected, but what you're going to unselect is print right here. So now when you print it, you're not going to see any grid lines. So we're going to go back, Command P, Control P if you're not in a Mac, and there you go. You can see no grid lines here, and you can see that it's all one page. So I could print it just from this Excel, but what I want to do is I want to click right here where it says PDF, and there it'll save it as a PDF. So what I would do is I would just save it on the desktop, and here we have it. all ready to be filled out to be printed. So I would not fill out the time or the service code until after I go ahead and teach. I would fill in the date just to show the students what date to put down, but save the time and service code for after you teach and after you've made copies, which is something that you can see in my billing video that I've already made. So please let me know if you have any questions, but this is a pretty simple way to make a student sign-in sheet that looks really clean and that will please VR in our billing submissions.